because you're sitting around waiting on sitting around waiting for somebody to give you a.
Too many people get into a dwelling mindset, a woe is me, a fuck, I missed it. To me, start now, move fast, don't settle is 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, 76. This is about loving yourself and not beating yourself up for what you've done wrong in the past. Let's go.
This life that you have been given, this life that you are temporarily holding on to, this life that has been just given to you for only temporary reasons, has more meaning than you can ever imagine. Your life is your life, and you have the right to live it the best way you can.
Door can't open today, look out. I'm gonna come back and take the hinges off. You've got to have that kind of courage, that type of determination. If you want to make it happen, it's you. That you've got to take personal responsibility to make it happen.
Listen to me, you want to be a rap artist, right? You want to go to the NFL, you want to go to the NBA, right? You want to go to the Olympics, right? You want to be the next Michael Jackson. You want to be the next, I don't know who you want to be, what you want to do. You don't want to live in the community you live in. You want to be in the gated community, all right? You don't want to drive what you're driving right now. You want to drive something big. That's okay. It's okay to dream big. It's okay to think big, but you got to start small. You got to give small a chance to be big, baby.
You can't just talk about wanting to win. You have to prepare to win, and you have to expect to win.
If it's a new meal plan, start today. If it's a new mentality, start today. If it's a fresh conversation, if it's a powerful life-giving strategy, whatever it is that's going to take you forward, start now. Start now. Don't push this thing off to tomorrow, because lives are on the line. When people wait to fulfill, when people wait to manifest, when people wait and they push it off, it can cost the lives of so many people, the overall quality of life that many people walk in, because you are a life-giving agent of change in the arena of life. It is time for you to show up the best version of yourself. Lives are on the line. At the end of your life, you need to be able to look up to heaven and have won some small victory for humanity, because you becoming everything you've been destined to become is going to impact somebody's life. And so when we don't do this, when we push it off, when we procrastinate, somebody's life is being negatively impacted, and that first life is yours.
So what I want you to do is think about something you want for you, that's real for you, that's important for you, that will give your life some special meaning and power. You make it happen. You make it happen for a reason. Control of this thing. Think of 22 to 42 as being like the soldier of society.
Good evening, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started.
Paper route. The spook who sat next to the door.
What's up, Mike?
What's happening? What's happening, InfiniteWealth family? Who's in the house, man? We got roll call, baby. Miss Quita, are you up?
Quita not in here yet. She's not in here yet.
Hey, call them out, Star. Who else in this thing? Shoot, we got Millie. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We got HBO Home Box Office. How you feeling?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, what's up, brother David? King David, what's going on now? Hey, King David, where you at?
All right.
Hi, everyone.
All right. So
we go to my man, Jazzy Jeff.
Peace. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Man, you know, hey, I have to shout out all my InfiniteWealth family or whatever, man. Hey, this is going to be a great week right here. I know Star want to start off with the Nas, But
Now
check
I'm
this
starting
out,
off
man. I'm
with
starting
Bitcoin.
with the family.
This meeting is being recorded.
I'm starting off with
I'm
Bitcoin
starting off
today.
with family. Bitcoin, okay, we got Bitcoin. Hey, however we do it. Either way it go, we getting it done, family. We getting it done. So hey, we in this thing. So I'm gonna turn this thing back over to Star, man. Star, take off. Lead the way.
Well,
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and start with Bitcoin because I wanted to because the weekly candle literally just opened up maybe like an hour ago. We start with the weekly high is 85 113.69. 85 113.69. And the low is 81,955. 81,955.36. And we're gonna grab our FIP. The high is 85 113 955. And your mid is 83. That's the 0.5 level. Yeah, the 0.5 level is 83 53 83 534.52. I'm gonna bring it down to show y'all. Look like Bitcoin is still gonna be buying right here. The weekly candle opened up well above the previous week candle right here. And we got it breaking above the mid-month resistance on a weekly. And it's above the midweek area on the weekly for Bitcoin. And when we drop it down in the daily, then we drop down to the 4-hour. Now, as far as for your entries, I told y'all to enter in at, you want to enter in after the 8 o'clock candle on a 4-hour. So you want to start looking for your entries around there for Bitcoin. I'm not going to look at the weekend because I don't trade Bitcoin on the weekend. So I'm going to show you right here when you come down to the 8 o'clock candle on Friday. All right, so we're gonna do this and drop down right here. All right. So what you would do is you will wait till after 8 o'clock. Right here. And you will look for your pullback on a lower time frame. Now on a 4-hour, these are all these candles are like the wicks of the 4-hour. These make up the body and the candle of the 4-hour. So these smaller candles on a lower time frame make up the body of this candle. So that's why I dropped down to look for the entry. The pattern that you're looking for to confirm your entry after 8 o'clock is you're looking to have a doji candle followed by a flat bottom candle or a flat top candle. That's going to confirm that change of direction. So you will look for something like this. You see how this right here looks like a plus sign, and then the candle immediately following it, it has no wick underneath. The bottom of it is just flat like this. That's what you will be. That's the pattern that you're looking for to happen after the 8 o'clock candle. So you got to have patience when you trade it because you want to wait for the confirmations. You don't want to just enter based off of a hunch or a feeling. You want to have clear confirmations. This way you don't have to second guess your trade and you don't have to sit and babysit the market. So going into next week, starting tomorrow, I will be looking for a buy. It hasn't broke this sell order block. So I would take it to within this sell order block right here because it hasn't broke this 4-hour order block. I will set my stop right around there, right around the mid-month resistance area there. And I'll be looking to take a buy like around 8 o'clock for Bitcoin. So looking at this, if y'all don't understand how to read this, the gray right here, you look over to the left here, this gray right here is your entry. The green up here is your take profit. And the red is your stop loss. So those are like the coordinates that you would enter in to take the trade. So this right here would be your stop. This gray would be your entry. And the green up here would be your take profit. So that's what we're looking for on Bitcoin. Okay, GJ real quick. Go to GJ. Same thing. We start from the weekly. We already have the month marks. The red, which you see, is the month. Okay, so the weekly high up here at the top is where I'm getting the numbers from. So that's the O, the open, the high, the low, and the close. So I'm taking the high and the low of the candle. That's the numbers that I'm getting. You won't see this on your cell phone if you're marking up on your cell phone. You can get those numbers though if you add in the indicator, the pivots high and low. You'll be able to get those numbers on your phone if you only have your phone to work with.
Maybe I just
190.107 is the high. And the low is 186.720. Take the Fed. Put in my high and my low inside the Fed to get the middle level. 6. 624. No, it's actually 186.609 is the low. 624. 609. In the mid is 188.358 on GJ. That's the 0.5 level. Got a doji coming up from the midweek. This is unclear price action right here on the daily right now. I will wait for this to break above. Because it can retest this low down here before it continue to buy. So I will wait until 9 o'clock. That's the entry time for GJ. So around 9 o'clock, I will wait to enter. To see if it's gonna retest this order block before it continue to buy. Because we got a doji on a daily. So it might retest the order block before the buy continues. Because it already bought out of this order block, but it never came back to confirm. So I will wait until 9 o'clock Monday for GJ. I'm gonna move on to the nines now. Run up on a weekly. Complete turnaround from last week. Weekly low is 18.528. 18,528. You got 1-1. And the high right now is 19,120. 37. So we got the low 528.11 and a high 19,120.37. The high is 20. Seven, 528. 4, 1, 2. So the mid level is 18,824.24. So right now we have NOS above that mid-month, the mid-week. So when it's above the mid-week, we're looking to take buys. If it broke below this and had a candle close below it, then we'll be looking to take sells. And it's still continuing to buy from this 4-hour dip order block right here that it made. We already had a retest into this order block, so I don't anticipate it coming back that low. But for now, you wait for the 10 o'clock candle. Do believe it's going to break above this weekly high, though. I'll be looking for it to pull back. Maybe like a little bit below the midweek, like a wick below the midweek. Let my take the profit there. Up into the 4-hour order block. Nah. Because we got it above this midweek. When it's above the midweek, we're looking to take buys. You want to set your stop loss below that midweek resistance area. The reason this is my target is because this is the sell order block. This is where I'm anticipating for it to start rejecting it. So that's why I set my profit target here. And this is a strong order block. It hasn't broke it yet. So I would expect it to start rejecting inside this order block. So that's why that's my take profit. It can break past it, yes, but I expect to start seeing some rejection here. So at 10 o'clock is when you want to start looking for your entry. Like right around 10 o'clock in the morning. After 9:30 open is when you want to start looking for your entry. Hold on 1 second. So for Nas, we looking for Nas to pull back around New York Open before we enter. So after 10 o'clock is when you're going to start looking for your entry. Or right around 10 o'clock, if you already see it pulling back, then you can enter. If you miss your 10 o'clock entry, if you miss this entry, like if you're not woke and you miss your entry, you have another entry opportunity like around between 12 and 1. Like on the next 4-hour candle, it's going to pull back. So you got your 10 hour, 11, 12, 1, like around 2 o'clock, you'll see a pullback and you can enter there. But don't chase the trade. You're not going to miss the trade and you're not going to miss your entry. So around in the afternoon is when the market starts to pull back. So if you miss your 10 o'clock entry, don't try to hop in and see where you can get in at and fear you don't got to do that. Wait for it to come back around 2 o'clock for it to pull back and re-enter. You can enter in around there. So that's what we're looking at for the Nas. We're going to look at the 30 now. Hold these real quick. This is last week's trades. But the weekly, looking like the buy is going to continue. The weekly high, the weekly low right now is 40,026.5. Weekly high is 40,507.1. You got the high at 507.1, below 426.5. Midweek is 40,266. This is a candle that broke above the mid-month resistance, and it's already above the midweek. So when it's above the midweek, we're looking to take buy. For the 30, the entry time is around 9 o'clock in the morning. You're going to start looking for your entries around 9. I'm anticipating this to pull back. It's already starting to pull back. I'm anticipating for it to pull back by 9 o'clock. I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back more towards the weekly low, like break this and pull back. So I would look for entry more towards the down here, like for it to break past this mid-weekly low, like a wick past this. But US 30 has long wicks, so I would anticipate it for it to wick more down towards this weekly low area. And That's where you're looking for your entry at. It looks for more like this. Looking for it to come. I'm looking for it to come into this order block. So this would be a longer hold. But I am anticipating for it to come into here. I will set my stop below the midweek, below the mid-month resistance here. And my take profit into this order block here. For US 30. Look at gold. Man, gold. Gold been going, bro. Yeah. For gold, you just gotta find a good entry spot on gold and fucking hold it. Like you can hold, if you find a good entry spot on gold for the beginning of the week, hold it. Look at this weekly engulfing candle that opened up. This thing gonna buy this week heavy. This thing gonna buy heavy. The weekly high, 32.39. All right, 590. And the low is 3080. 256. High 3239. Right. 590. High 3080.256. And the midweek is 3159. 3159.923. We got it above the mid-month, and we got it above the midweek. So we're and it's an engulfing on a weekly. So for gold, you want to wait for it to pull back for an entry. And gold start moving 6 a.m. That's when you want to start looking for your entry at after 6. But you want it to pull back some before you enter. Don't enter at the top. You're not gonna miss your entry. Don't enter at the top. Wait for it to pull back some. It is gonna pull back some. After 6 o'clock is when you want to look for your entry. And the pattern that you're looking for that I was saying, the doji followed by that flat candle. So you will look here, and you will look for the doji followed by the flat for your entry. 6 o'clock Friday was horrible for gold. It wasn't really moving nowhere. It didn't go kind of consolidated on Friday a lot. But if I show you on the day before, look at it at 6 o'clock here. Drop it down. You would have seen your entry right there. Would have been your entry, and it never came back down here from Thursday. So it's the doji, which is the candle with the lines coming out, followed by the flat. You're only going to see this if you have Hakanashi candles. You're not going to, it might not show on traditional candles. Like, use the Hakanashi. Hakanashi candles is going to show you your trend. It's to help you identify your trend. Like, you can see it clearer with the Hakanashi candles. So change your candles. That's like part of that is part of the strategy to change your candles. That's like the first thing I mentioned is to change your candles to Hakanashi because it's going to help you identify the trend in your trading price action. If you're trading price action, you should be using Hakanashi candles because it measures the trend. It's averaging which direction the market is moving in. You can easily identify the trend. If I switch this right now to traditional candles, you will see the difference. Look, there's no way you can clearly identify this trend like this. With the red candles, blue candles, red candles, you can't identify like that. It's just not clear to tell you which way the market is moving. With this, you can see that it's been trending. Consecutive candles with no wick underneath, flat bottom candles are your buy trend. So the first order of business is to have Hakanashi candles on your chart so that you can see the trend. That is the first thing. That's part of the strategy. Part of the strategy is the Hakanashi candles. Otherwise, it's like you're going against the strategy. And you won't see the same setup. Like I showed you where you can put the indicator before if you want to put the Hakanashi indicator on there, you can see both charts. Like this. If you're used to looking at traditional candles. And you can compare the charts like that with the Hakanashi indicator so you can see the traditional candles and you can see the regular candles. Until you get used to, your eyes get accustomed to looking at the Hakanashis. But you can see the difference. It's not the same. Like this would be here. Maybe put this to, so this is the Hakanashi and this would be the candles. Yeah. So this is the Hakanashi on the bottom and this is the traditional candles on the top. So it shows you the difference. So until you're accustomed to looking at Hakanashis, you can do it like this. So you can have the Hakanashi on the bottom and the traditional on the top. so you can see both. But part of the strategy is the Hakanashi. And part of y'all learning is to unlearn the stuff y'all need to learn. Unlearn everything y'all need to learn what y'all need to learn. All the stuff you knew before this is going to get in the way if you don't take the time out to learn it correctly. This is just these are the fundamentals. These are the stuff that the banks are trading. If you unlearn everything you learn and to make room so that you can learn what's in front of you, you'll understand it way better. But
Drop
if
it
you,
like it's hard.
huh? But if you don't, then it's gonna get in the way. If you don't do that, I promise you, it's gonna get in the way. Anytime I got with a mentor, that was like the first rule of thumb: to empty out your mind of everything you know you already know, or everything that you feel you know, so that you can learn. You gotta remain a student, otherwise it's gonna cloud your thoughts from learning because you're gonna have the bias of the stuff that you already know. You gotta be a sponge. Like, yeah, I know this and yeah, I know that, but I'm gonna put away what I know right now to learn what I need to know. Is there anything else y'all need me to go? Any other pair y'all want me to mark up? Are y'all clear about where we going for this weekend? For this week?
You trying to mark up that one sushi perpetual
That's what you want. What is it called?
sushi.
That this one?
Uh, nah, that one, the one. I believe that's the third one.
This?
I believe it's the third.
This one right here.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Mm. And you
So
see
let me
with
see
the
what.
Hakanashi that have more order blocks on there too, as opposed to
Right. It looked like this joint. It looked like that joint about to start selling.
it's coming out of a 4 hour order block. I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely coming out of a 4 hour order block. I'm gonna mark it up in a week. Got a doji. There's a weekly doji. Oh man. I don't know if I would touch that like this yet. Just because we got this weekly doji here. High on this is 0.5707. And the low is 5562. It looks like it's been selling though. Like it's been in a sell trend though.
Yeah, but it be following Ethan Bitcoin. So while I'm looking at Bitcoin, I'm thinking like, okay, this about to start buying.
It might because
But
it's forming a doji right here, but it's coming out of a 4 hour order block. So you want to look at I don't trade this, but different pairs
right
move more off of certain order blocks. So
on the
like gold reacts to the 4 hour order blocks like a lot, especially the 4 hour buy order block. So you got to look at which order block it's reacting to. Like which one is going to move from. The higher time frame order blocks is usually the ones that move from. So you want to look at your 4-hour, your daily, and your weekly order blocks to see which one is reacting to.
When you say it's coming out of 4-hour order block, that means you saying it looked like it's starting to sell out of a 4-hour
It's
order
been
block.
selling out of a 4-hour order block. Look, that's the 4-hour order block right there.
Right.
So it's been selling already out of the 4-hour order block right there. But
you see that one order block?
But this right here is a buy order block right here. It's coming out of a buy order block right here.
Right. But the order block at the bottom, is it already mitigated?
This one? Yeah, it hasn't
Yes.
come back down there. No, it hasn't come back down there. And it's rejecting out of this one. It retested this already. So it might continue to buy. Right now it's selling because we're in the start of the week.
But you know what? Bitcoin looked like that too, though. Like when we look at Bitcoin at the 4-hour, it got an order block that is not highlighted.
I'm gonna look.
It's not that. Yeah, when you get a chance, please.
Look.
Like you see that one order block down there below the. Nah, not that one. The one further down with 80. Yep, like that one has already been mitigated.
Yeah, it already it's not coming all the way back down here.
Okay.
It's not gonna
And can I ask?
Bitcoin not coming all the way back down there. Not yet.
But can I ask why you like your thesis is like that? Because I see that is currently inside of a 4-hour bearish order block.
Where up here?
Yeah, you see how it's in there? Like why you say
it has to break this. One, it has to break
okay.
this. Okay. For the buy to say, hey, it's gonna continue to buy. It has to break past this order block here. What I'm saying is not coming back down there. This candle right here was the indication of the change of direction. This one right here.
Okay.
This candle is the engulfing candle. This is their investment candle. This is where they put a large volume of buy in the market right here out of this order block. So it's a large volume of buy came in right here. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not coming back down to here to close this out yet. Like even here left room and the buy down here. Like it closed them out and left room and kept going. Left liquidity down there. Look.
So now because of that, its job now is to break through that 4-hour bearish order block at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it's got to do to continue to buy is to break past that order block because it had a large volume of sell come out of there before and it hasn't broke past it yet. That's the large sell volume that came out of this order block. So this is a strong order block. So we needed to break it in order to confirm the buy that's going to keep going. In order to say, okay, the buy is going to continue, it has to break past this.
That's the bet.
So yeah, I mean, you can safely take a buy like in this, but I would still wait until after 8 o'clock. Like start looking for your entry after 8 o'clock. Don't try to get it now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I ain't gonna try to do that. Not tonight. At least not tonight.
Don't do it right now because you see these wicks like this is unclear price action. So when you see it doing this like this, that's just consolidation. That's order accumulation. It's not clear on which way the price is going to move. So it's just a
But I
key.
ain't gonna lie, I've been in a Bitcoin buy since this morning, and it's been downtrending. I've been in drawdown since like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
Now
that's
I'm actually like
you entered too early. You entered the market
right,
too early.
but like
That's
now I'm actually in profit, but I'm thinking to come out just because when it's London session, I don't want it to go all the way down to a certain level to stop me out.
yeah. So you got in too early. Like you don't need to get in the market that like these entry times is pivotal. Like when I'm saying this, like I'm not. This is not me guessing. You can see that. You can go back and see the pattern. Like go back and back test it. Just have some patience to get in the market. Have patience, patience, patience.
Yeah, you definitely was telling me that. You definitely was telling me that.
Yeah, like gotta have patience. Your play is gonna play out, and you're gonna have more. You're gonna catch more. You're gonna catch
Exactly. So I
more
might
fish.
as well just close those trades then and not even look
Yeah,
back on that.
yeah. Close the if you already in if you're in profit, close them out and get in at the right time because it's gonna pull back. So
Understood, understood.
it's gonna pull back. So let the market pull back, and you can get a better entry because look what it's doing here. This is unclear price action, and Bitcoin will pull back. You want to wait for the confirmation. Like these are confirmations. When you see this wick and that's those are confirmations. But you don't want to get in when it's doing this. Get in after that 8 o'clock candle. The banks are gonna be open. The market is gonna be moving way smoother. It's not you guessing. You can feel more confident in the market.
Always for Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, this is for Bitcoin.
Always.
Oh yeah, for Bitcoin, it's always at 8 o'clock. Like, oh, this is right now. Unless they change the time of the candle, because I've seen them do that. But right now, it's for the 4 hour candle at 8 o'clock. Right now, yes.
Got.
So you start looking after 8 o'clock. Okay, so Bitcoin, we looking for buys. Nas looking for buys. The
Has
30.
that ever like have you ever seen that when gold retraces 30 and Nas starts to buy, and then once gold starts buying, it looks like 30 and Nas is selling, or you don't think that's really like too
Nah,
accurate?
nah. When gold is awesome somewhere like when they put where you putting your money at. So they putting their money in hard investments. So these are stocks that they're investing in. The US 30 and the Nas are stocks. Gold is also a hard asset that they put their money into. So they're not gonna not put their money into their investments and only put their money in gold. Like they they have to put their money somewhere when the dollar is dropping. And the dollar has been dropping. The dollar dropped heavy. Yeah. The dollar dropped heavy. And it looked like it's gonna continue dropping. Right now it's wicking back and forth. Like, that's not even a dollar. That's the dollars. The dollar been dropping heavy. Yeah, we got the dollar dropping. That's why gold is going to be buying. Whoop, down. Engulfing on a dollar drop. Look at this. That's why you have them putting their money in places. That's why Bitcoin will go up. Like, because it's a digital asset. You understand? And if the dollar is dropping, then the cryptocurrencies is going to be buying. Because it will look like the more secure route. Gold is going to be buying. These things are going to be buying. Because the dollar is dropping. So for a New York session around 9 o'clock on the 30, you're looking for it to pull back. They're getting for a buy. Nas, wait for the pullback. Look for your entries around 10 o'clock for the buy. JPY, I'm gonna look around before 9 o'clock to see how it's moving. Because this, I don't like this right here. Bitcoin, I'm anticipating it to buy.
You don't think Bitcoin gonna pull back a little bit?
I don't. It's gonna pull back, yes, but I don't think it's gonna sell. I don't think it's gonna be
Oh,
like no heavy fall off of a sell in Bitcoin.
all right, that's cool. But now I already got out of that trade though. I got out of that trade already. I made sure I did that.
Nah,
And then
I don't think it's gonna be no heavy sell off on Bitcoin, like because the dollar is dropping.
okay.
The dollar is dropping. Like I don't think it's gonna be no heavy sell off on Bitcoin. We got the engulfing over here. When you see engulfings like this in the market, that's the indication of a change of direction. That's the market
You ain't
telling you that we're changing direction.
you ain't talking about that one with the wick. You talking about the one with the full body,
Yeah, this
right? With the
full
wick at the
body
top.
joint right here. Yeah, that's the market telling you
Okay.
it's changing direction.
All right.
So did it break this yet? No, but you can anticipate it breaking this order block. I anticipated breaking that order block, like, and it's gonna break it like how I broke this shit right here. Like it's gonna break heavy. So I'm anticipating a buy on Bitcoin, and it's gonna be a heavy one. Probably some you're gonna see it sometime this week.
I got one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, do like you was basically saying like I gotta unlearn the stuff that I be trying to learn, and not
You
like trying to learn, but like the stuff I be trying to do. I should start to unlearn it to be able to adapt myself more with the strategy. But
yeah.
like, do you be noticing breaker blocks and mitigation blocks when you perform the strategy that you teaching us?
So I don't look for other stuff. So once I develop the strategy, I don't look at nothing else. I don't look at the chart no other way. I don't look for nothing else in the market because it's noise. It's gonna confuse me. Like, is it other stuff that I learned? Sure. I learned about different patterns and flags and all this other stuff, but it's really meant to confuse you because when you go in to take the trade, you know all of this stuff that you've seen, and then when you go to make the decision to execute in the market, that stuff that you know is clouding your thought and keeping you from executing because you're trying to align all the little stuff that you know from here and there to execute at the time you need to execute and to keep you from taking a trade because you know, oh, I'm looking for this pattern, this candlestick pattern, I'm looking for the market to do this pattern, and you're looking for something that's not always going to be there and it's not always going to give you the confirmation. And I found that just sticking to one thing and looking for the same confirmations over and over, that it makes the same moves over and over, that I don't gotta look nowhere else. Like once I adapted to do, I've been doing the same strategy for a year and a half. I have not looked at the market no other way for a year
Um,
now.
but I'm not gonna lie, this session has definitely made me. That's why I asked you that question, because this session kind of made me like ask you that question. Because as I was following the session, I noticed that the way you break it down, it just looks so simplified. Like it's very easy to understand, but I'm still working my way to adapt to it. That's
Yeah, no, it takes some time of adapting, but when you do the same thing over and over and over, and it just come like second nature when you're doing the same thing over and over. That's consistency. I'm doing the same thing over and over. So I can see where my mistakes is, where I need to sharpen at, where I need to get better. But I don't mark how I mark the chart is how I mark the chart all the time, from the top down, all the time. I don't look at it no other way. So I could see the structure. I could see it play out the same way, the same moves happening in the market. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're just patient, it literally plays out almost mechanically. Like if you add in your emotions into it, then you're gonna start messing up. If you add in all the stuff you think you're supposed to see, you're gonna start messing up.
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I was asking you all those questions today.
Yeah, no, you'll start messing up. That's what happens when you start thinking about it. Oh, I know I'm supposed to see this candle pattern and that candle pattern. Oh, it's supposed to make this. The most important pattern you should be looking for is that doji and that flat top, because that's your entry. And looking to where it's going to. That's what you're
Right.
looking for. Like you're looking for your entries and your exits. Everything else is noise. Everything else is noise. You start looking at all this other stuff, you're looking at noise. It's noise in the market. You're looking for it to make this pattern, and you're looking for it to make the doji the butterfly pattern, or you're looking for it to make a double top, or you're looking for all these patterns in the market, and that shit is gonna confuse you because of all the stuff that you know. It will confuse the fuck out of you. Like you gotta unlearn. You have to. In order for me to learn this, I had to unlearn all the shit I learned before. All the shit I thought I knew, everything I thought I understood, I had to literally unlearn what I learned to put this together.
So with this strategy, do you be going in on market limits, or you just go straight
I
for
do
like
go.
market orders?
No, I go in for limits. I place by limits because I know where it's coming to, and I set my when I play. I actually it's actually takes kind of will take the emotion out of it if you use limit orders.
You say it takes what out of you?
Takes the emotion from it. Like takes your
Okay.
decision of I gotta execute or enter and exit in the trade.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking that when I enter a trade, I would put it to break even, because I use liquid charts.
Mhm.
Liquid charts give me the opportunity to go to break even if it start to goes against me.
Yeah. So I use Liquid too. Liquid is one of the brokers that I use too, and I like Liquid. But also keep in mind when you're using the different brokers, look at the spread, the point difference, because it's usually off. So when you're looking at these numbers, look at the difference between your spread. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you setting your take profit, you might want to set it like 10 pips, 10 or 20 pips below because the numbers might be different on your broker.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was on TradingView the other day in liquid, I was like, yeah, this should look different.
Yeah, the
No way.
numbers is
Like, I
definitely
see what
different.
you're talking about.
They different. The brokers is not your friends, but so that's why I'm telling you that. Like the broker's not your friend. You want to set your take profit a little bit lower just because they numbers is different.
Right, right, right.
So keep that in mind when you're doing that.
For sure.
Be looking for for Bitcoin to buy, Nas to buy, 30 to buy. Looking for entry on gold. Let gold pull back. Gold is not something you want to race into. Don't race into gold. Take your time when getting into gold. Let it pull back and make that indication before you enter. But getting in a buy on gold is not, you can't go wrong. It's been trending for 2 years. Like, it's just getting in at the right spot. You can get in at the right spot and hold gold. Like, gold's been trending for 2 years now. So, I'll put the entries up inside the Discord for y'all. Probably do it in the morning. When they get closer to the morning, I'll look for like a more of an entry point for them, like to see where it's pulling back to after the open. But y'all know what direction we looking for the market to move in. Nas and the US 30 broke above that it broke above the midweek resistance, the mid-month. So I'm looking for buys to that thing break up. I'm looking for this shit to continue before I wanted to break this right here. Because it already broke above the mid what on a 4-hour chart. So and it already retested this order block. So I'm definitely looking for it to go. US 32. Looking for it to go this week as well. We looking for some good money in the market this week, y'all. Only way you gonna miss it if you ain't in it. So if you ain't in it, that's the only way you gonna miss this money. Don't be scared to hit the buy and the sell. Go back and look at it later. You gotta bet on yourself. If ain't nobody else gonna bet on you, you gotta bet on you. If you don't take the trade, that's on you. But if you ain't nobody else gonna bet on you but you gotta be willing to click the button. Take a risk, take a risk on yourself. Because everything is risky. Everything you're doing is risky, but you got to bet on yourself. Okay, y'all, let's go out and get this money. It's there. It's going to be there all weekend, all week. Okay, time to collect these bags.
100 shots. 100 shots. Man, how y'all miss a whole 100 shots?